Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Beer. Oh, I need a light. Hang on. Baldwin 3 says unsubscribe. Yeah, I would too. I feel that. What is real cold? Oh, I left the door open. Good job, Ken. I'm sure it's fine. Beer's going fridge. And Apex Steel says a little cold. Heck yeah, man. How cold is it right now? Does that command still work? Alright, it's below freezing right now. I believe that. Let's blast out to Discord real quick here. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Apex Seal says start a fun thing for a heater. So I have a heater. I have a little space heater right here. It's going pretty hard right now. But the main issue is that there's basically zero insulation in this garage. And it's still more or less just kind of like a barn kind of situation. And there's a lot of like open, gaps that I need to seal in here and stuff like that. Yeah, it's definitely nowhere big enough. Move and inspect. Cat. Where's cat? That's a tiger. Yeah, let's just. Oh wait, no, we want. That's a kitty cat. That's the kitty cat that I want. We're going to inspect cat. Post. Perfect. Apex Steel says, "What's up with the countdown?" It's 29 weeks to the Gambler 500. So I don't know if you were around when I was working on the Mazda truck, but the Gambler 500 is a rally that happens out in Oregon every year. And so you get a $500 car, or, sort of, $500 car, and you rally, do a point rally through 500 miles of the back roads in Oregon. So my buddy Dave and I, we got this $450 truck, and we're working on fixing it up, and so we're 20, where the heck is it? Yeah, right there. 29 weeks away, 29 weeks away before we need to have that thing out in Oregon and driving around and doing a whole bunch of rock crawling. Cosmic, hey bud, good to see you. All right. Let's get to it. All right, so quick update on this thing. I did a fuel pressure test. If you check in Discord, you can see the picture of me with the stupid fuel gauge wired up and duct taped to the windshield. Nice little dinky little fuel gauge like this, or fuel pressure gauge. Sorry. Got some hoses that just sort of clamp up to it. To see what the pressure is. And the entire time I was running around, when I was putting on the gas and it was bogging down and all sorts of stuff, I was getting like pretty consistently 40 pounds. So it's not the fuel pressure, which kind of sucks. I was hoping that was going to be the culprit right away there. So we're going to have to keep investigating here. Apex says, well, you got some time, just over 7 months. Yeah, it is 7 months. But it's gonna sneak up on us. We basically, if we work on the truck once a week, it's 29 times that we work on the truck to make it ready for a rally in Oregon. So that's kind of the way that I view this stuff. So I'm just trying to get on it now, hoping that we get some more time put into the truck over the next 29 weeks here. I just gotta put some stuff away from when I was noodling around with the car earlier. Got my duct tape. This is good job, Ken. Apex says you should just lift the wagon and use that. Yeah, but everybody does that. Everybody's got a Subaru Outback out there. We wanted to do something like a little bit different, and we wanted to do like some of the actual rock crawling out there. And so this truck is gonna be perfect for that. Yeah, it's got got a transfer case and everything. Should be real good. It's already got 31-inch tires on it. So I'm pretty stoked for it. I think the truck's gonna be great. Okay, yeah. So today we are going to be today we're gonna remove the cat to see if there's any clogs or anything loose or anything messed up in that. I suppose that's as good as time as any to have a look at the O2 sensor, but I also did get a better OBD2 reader app, and apparently the O2 sensor, I was able to get like the correct voltages from the O2 sensor, and apparently that's working fine. If we can't figure out anything wrong with the cat, then we're gonna pull the fuel injectors, because it's possible that one of the fuel injectors is like really, really clogged or something. And there's no way that the fuel trim would necessarily, or short or long-term fuel trim would necessarily account for that. But if neither of those are effing up, then I'm pretty stuck as to what might be wrong with this thing. I could just go ahead and, replacing all sorts of parts, start replacing the O2 sensor, map sensor, air intake, temperature sensor, all that kind of stuff. Leo says, inspect me. Yeah, we're gonna get the cat inspected here. Good to see you, Leo. Oh, Cosmic asked, Ken, just curious if you tap the cat with a mallet for noise. Fun fact. I started the car up today. I was saying a while back that it was smoking a lot on startup. And one of the things that I noticed is that the car wasn't smoking as much anymore, but something in the exhaust was rattling around today. Lear asked, a bit cold in Colorado today. Is below freezing right now out here, and I kind of work in a barn, and I got my dinky little space heater right here, so starting to warm up a little bit. So I started up the car, and it's not smoking anymore on startup, but it did get a pretty nasty rattle, and so I was trying to pinpoint down the rattle, and so I took my pry bar here, and I started pushing up against some of the various exhaust components to see if I could stop the rattle, if it was just like a plate rattling around or something. And then I couldn't figure anything out, and then I was just like, all right, fuck it. I just like tapped the bottom of the cat, and it stopped rattling pretty much instantly. And I'm like, uh-oh. And then it started smoking pretty much instantly. So we might have something there. We'll see how it goes. Apex Steel says air to fuel ratio is bad, or fuel pressure regular. I did a fuel pressure test today, and fuel pressure is totally fine. Even when I'm going hard on it and bogging it down, it's still getting 40 psi, no problem. Apex has got the cat. Lyra says 80 degrees in my bedroom right now. I'm jealous, man. I am super duper jealous. All right, without further ado. I mean, you have a PO42. I mean, something is fucking with the cat. Yeah, I know. I just don't want to have to like straight up replace the cat. If it's clogged and I can just like drill a hole in it or something, then I drill a hole in the cat. Yeah, right. stuck injector killed the cat. Could be a stuck injector. We're still trying to diagnose. We've narrowed it down to the point. I got a Leo. You might be interested. I checked the O2 sensor and I figured out that the O2 sensor is totally fine, because I got a new app that actually gives me the O2 sensor voltages, and I was using Liero's pinned message in Discord to figure out if it was looking correct, and he has a very, very good imager album that shows what a upstream and downstream O2 sensor should look like. Before I get too into this, e-brake is on, we're chalked up. I was running the car earlier today, but I'm hoping that it's nice and cooled off. Apex Steel says throttle position sensor. Ooh. You know what? I actually didn't check that. Could be that. If it was not something that jumped out at me when I was inspecting earlier today. So we'll if this doesn't give us any kind of, whoop, careful. There we go. You guys are nice and secure, right? Perfect. Yeah, if we can't figure anything wrong with the cat or the injectors, then we're gonna start figuring out other options, you know? Leo says, I've had a bad ignition control module because cause a hole to get burned into your cat. Yikes. Apex says, I'm lucky my upstream O2 sensor is just pre-turbo. Nice, dude. Apex, you have a WRX, right? I think I remember that. Wingardium Leviosa. That's what's happening right now. I wonder if I can get my big jack stands under this. That always makes me feel a little bit better. Big jack stands are a lot more secure than the little jack stands. There's one. Gently. All right, let's give that a little shove. Oh, that's good. Perfect. Barakanov, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Apex says, unless the cat's really, really old, shouldn't have failed unless something caused it. Yep. Like to put a jack under there anyway, leave it under there somewhere just in case. Yeah, I gotta pull off. Yeah, I'll leave it right here. I'm not terribly worried about it. I got 6-ton stands under there right now. Yeah, let me poke my head under here again. Refamiliarize myself with the the layout here. Okay, yeah. Ooh. Ooh, I don't think that was there before. You guys should come see this. I think I might have found part of the issue here. Let me grab you guys real quick. This will be a fun one. All right. Extra long USB cable, don't feel me now. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Come on. Out you go. Cosmic asks, Ken, have you seen the number of the injector testers that pulse a certain number of times? You compare pressure drop across the... Oh, I haven't seen that. Lear asks, Ken, lift when? Lear, as soon as I get a taller garage, we'll do that. Apex says, I got my RX-7 on 2 stands, a car wheel on one side, and hydraulic jack under it too. Not a bad idea. Yeah, that's definitely the safer way to do it. Tell you what, makes you feel a little bit better. I'll put the jack stand, not touching, but right under the jack point. Can't be too cautious, you know. All right, here we go. Starting to get under here. So I'm going to do my best to try and point this out, but keep in mind that I can't really see the screen while I'm under here. If I point you guys up a little bit right here, you can see in your upper left, that's where our little Y pipe is. Then let me find my my pointing implement. So what we got, keep in mind it's non-turboed, naturally aspirated. So we got Y pipe is right here. Connections of the cat. This is the flange right here. This is the forward cat. Rear cat's back there. Kind of hard to see it. This right here, there's a big dent right here. Like a really big dent. We're talking like almost an entire inch of a dent right here. On top of that, at the rear cat, I almost have the exact, not as bad, but it's another big dent back there. So I'm thinking somebody might have hit something. I don't know what kind of idiot would have done that. But yeah, let's pull this thing off and let's figure out what kind of damage Ken the dummy has caused here. Let's see, that's gonna be good enough lighting. Put you guys sort of under the tire here, try not to get crushed. Ugh. All the audio, none of the video. Demet says, I'm sorry, you guys having audio problems? Yeah, that's why it's failed. Boosted Boys got a new shop. Ooh. Demet says, don't mind me, I reloaded. No worries, bud. Good to have you here. All right, let's guess 13 mil. It's always 13 mil, right? I'll start with that. Don't forget safety gear. And I think for this part, I'm gonna remove the hat. Keep the warm hat on. And by warm hat, it's not that warm. It's just a little knit cap. I'm gonna put my phone over here too. Apologize if I don't read chat too much while I'm under here. I'm gonna try and get this sucker off. What am I looking for? 13 mil wrench. Man, what kind of moron doesn't keep his socket set nice and organized? All right. Let's come around this side. All right. Please be 13 mil. Nowhere near close. All right, not 13 mil. Let's try. What's another common Subaru size? Let's do 15. It didn't look that big. I haven't gone through and reorganized all my box wrenches, since the move, and apparently I need to do that. Or Jeffrey Wolf, hey bud, good to see you. Good to hear that Demon's got front page there. That's awesome. Let's see. Continuing right along. God damn it, not a 15 mil either. Welcome to the Rust Bucket Garage, where Ken just tries to hunt down the right fucking size socket. 17 mil. Watch it be a 16 mil. Right. Apex says 17? It's gotta be a 17, right? Yep, that'll do. Damn it. Can you guys still see what's kind of going? Yeah, you guys can see it. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, man. Surprise, surprise, it's pretty rusted together. Sorry. I need a parts dish. We're just gonna toss them in here. Also trying to remember if this is cold. All right. And then, oh man. I need to disconnect the O2 sensor, but I think it might be easier to do that from the top here. I'm also trying to remember, I don't think I have a thingy that's holding this up. So I might need to support this with the jack while I disconnect it. But first, I need to remove some engine chocolate from my hands. Turbo gross. I'll bet you this is leftover. This is leftover grease from when the CV joints were overpacked and decided to squeeze out a little bit. Jack, standard jack, yeah. Let's, yeah, the jack's kind of in the way anyway. Ooh, that's way high up. All right. Oh, I wish I had a lift. That would be so nice, right? All you guys that are actually mechanics and work in shops that have lifts, I'm jealous, man. No joke. J.E. Ellis. Oh, I was gonna get my... Apex says, yeah, but if you had a lift, then you wouldn't be able to use a jack to do just what you're doing. Yeah, but if I had a lift, then I could get like a transmission, like one of those transmission jacks or something, like the super tall screw jacks, and then I could just hold it up with that. And then my car would work again. That's how it works, right? You just spend a bunch of money on tools, and then your car works. Why are you? Is that a new drip? I hope not. Okay. Where'd you go? Come back here. I need some brighter shop lights in here, I think. Actually, let's use this first. You guys still see everything? Yeah, I'm still working here. All right, you greasy, grimy, grody son of a bitch. Oh, I should disconnect the O2 sensor first. I keep forgetting about that. The problem is I can never remember where the connector is specifically. Come here, Mr. Light. Those are power steering lines. Okay, so it looks like I had a 4-wire O2 sensor, which doesn't surprise me because I figured they'd probably be bigger on the California models, right? However, looks like I need my zip tie cutters just because there was a whole bunch of routing issues with this, and it was rubbing up against the axle before. So grab the zip tie cutters and potentially, actually, let's just undo the bolts first. I don't want to, where's that friggin' rag? Let's do that. Sorry, you guys are just hearing Ken grunting and groaning on the floor here. Hot. That's what it is. Remember to close your mouth when you're working under a car. At least like this. Unless you like the taste of rust. Turns out I don't. Wrong direction. Other way. Wow, that's loud. Give me that. There we go. Got my little washer off. And stand by for just 1 second. Let me grab my wire cutters. Cosmic says tools, tools, tools. You know it, bud. Ugh. Scooch, 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 scooch. All right, zip tie away. See how much grodiness is on this thing. That's not bad. All right, let's go top side. Let's investigate this O2 sensor connection. Come with me if you want to leave. Brah. Hold still. Okie doke. Where is this son of a bitch? Oh, Subaru. I'll rotate the wheel here just to check the CV joint, make sure there's no actual cracks here. No, we're looking good. The only problem is that O2 sensor is covered in grease. How's this disconnect? You guys ever had to do any work on horses before? Imagine this is what working on a horse is like. Jamming your hand down into some dark place filled with unpleasantness and trying to pull something out. Welcome to the Rest Bucket Garage. I'm taking my jacket off for this. Gotta sleeve up get the sleeve length rubber glove going here. I genuinely cannot remember how to disconnect these. I think I might just need to clean it off first. So the reason that everything is super ultra turbo covered in grease is because when I did all of my head gasket work, I decided to replace the front, decided to replace the front axles at the same time, and they must have come overpacked or something. There's too much grease in them, which means that when here we go. Sorry, whatever. Going in blind. Which meant that when the car got up to speed, like 80 miles an hour or whatever, the centrifugal force, I can't remember the difference, caused all of the overpacked grease to squeeze out all over the engine bay. The axles are absolutely working as intended, but unfortunately, that means that I got all the goop from the axle all over the engine bay. Leo says the old Amish mechanic routine. Yeah, man, those Amish, I don't envy the maintenance that they have to do on their noble steeds. Is this connected? Yeah. Gonna take the air intake out rather than trying to fight with this all day. When in doubt, just remove more things, right? Oops. I just dropped that bolt somewhere. Oh, there it is. Whew. It's because it's an aluminum bolt. Go figure. Apex says another benefit to the WRX O2 sensor only requires taking off the passenger front wheel. Downside to only my year WRX has catalytic converter pre-turbo. Oh, nice, dude. So that's like... Oh, I'm always trying... It's not a magnet. It's not an aluminum bolt. The magnet came off the base of my parts dish. That's what happened. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remember what the what a turbo system looks like. It's like Y pipe, and then up pipe, turbo, down pipe, cat, and then muffler. Come on. Come on, give me that, whatever, and then I can just come right off. Not that big of a deal. Just wanted to pull the air intake off, that's it. Give me that. Then this section over here. Ba-na-na-na. You did it, Ken. Not. Now you get to muck around some more engine grease. Come here. I'm literally just trying to disconnect the O2 sensor right now. All right, there we go. O2 sensor disconnected. Aethrol says, I come in and Ken has his hose in his hand. Leo says, mine has no cat. Lero's WRX is catless, that's for sure. I'm sure that your WRX actually does, your Porsche definitely does not actually have a cat either. For, Lero, for California, do you get like emissions exemptions for super old cars? I would hope so. What do I have in my pocket? All right. Okie doke. Oh, I should probably move the camera, huh? You guys don't care about that stuff anymore. Away we go. Let me get some light. A little bit better, a lot better. Nice. Okay. 75 and older, my 914 is a 75. Nice. Yeah, here in Wisconsin, 25 years old, basically EPA years. Was a rolling 30 year in California. Arnold put a stop to that. Arnold! Otherwise, we'd be up to 1988. We're talking about the same, the governor that drove a Mark I Hummer around, right? That guy? The guy who's super, the guy who's the emissions guy? Sorry about the bump in here. I'm rerouting my microphone. All right, keep on pulling off this cat here. Sorry if I can't read chat while this is happening. I think I'm gonna go for the back bolts right now. Just because I feel like that's gonna be a little bit. Those, I'm pretty sure, are maybe 13 mil, maybe 15 mil. I'm gonna check. Still undoing the cat. What I wanted to. Just need to check the bolt sizes. Not 13. That's the wrong side of the socket. Come on, Ken. The back side of the bolts are 12, and I think the front are 14. 14 and 12. Because that's how I roll. 14 mil. I need to get this organized. I need to take an evening project and make up some organization for this. I'll get to it. Don't you worry. Oh, sure. That's right. Fun story at work. I got two coworkers that both have non-trivial Midwestern accents. What was that? I think we're okay. Nope, wrong side. Oh my god. I don't need the deep socket. I need the short socket. It's alright. Making progress. I also need a 12 mil. 12 mil. 12 mil wrench. Where are you? Right here. I need ratcheting wrenches. Yeah, I've got some. If they were organized enough to be anywhere smart. Is this 12? Here's 12. Yeah. Here's a 12 and a 14. Let's just do it this way. Let's see how quickly I break these. Because I've definitely broken these before with the Harbor Freight versions. Ken's a dummy. It's the most ASMR noise ever right there. All right. Other way. Other way. Oh, look at how much faster that was. Man, Apex, you're so smart. The thing is, you know, if I was doing this on my own while not streaming, I'm sure that I would have done that first thing. But instead, because I'm streaming, I'm automatically like 50% dumber. So I'm sorry if I'm super dumb, guys. But that's about par for the course when watching Ken, I guess. I mean, those brain cells, gotta conserve them whenever I can. I don't have too many of them. 50% of not a lot is still not a lot. Come on, hop on off there. Why are you being such a pain today? These have like the spring bolts on them for the flanges or whatever they are. And am I turning it the wrong? I'm turning it the wrong way now. Wait, am I? No, I'm not. Am I? No. How do I undo a bolt? That's out. That's done, Joe. Alright. Button bolt 1. And button bolt 2. Back end of the cat is detached. Alright. That's still held up by the jack. So now let me undo the front bolts. And let's pull this thing out and have a look at it. Safety squints. That's right, Jimmy. I got him. 50% level. Isn't there one more in the front? Yeah, I got bolts on the front. I still gotta undo. I left the bolts in, but I got the nuts off. I try and get my nuts off whenever I can, chat. We got some crumbling exhaust sealer falling out of the front one here. I wonder if that did it. No, I'm gonna say that probably the giant friggin' dent that I have right here is probably what did it in. All right. Out you come. Try and keep the exhaust flange in there. Oh, come on. Here we go. There we go. Exhaust flange. I need to undo the rear O2 sensor. Stand by. Sorry, I forget about these things. Remember, 50% of 0 is still 0. Out you come. Come on, baby. Oh, I need a light. Am I doing this the right way? I am doing this the right way. let's gently massage the male connector here. Cars are full of sexual innuendo jokes. It's great. Ow, my fingers hurt. Why aren't you coming apart? I swear to God, this is worse than taking a bra off. Oh, wait, you gotta keep it PG-13. Come on, you son of a bleep. Can you just get off already? These stupid things. I don't know which way to push and pull it. Oh, of course I'm doing it wrong. I also got basically no arm room here. Doing it wrong the whole time. I'm a turbo dumb. All right, rear O2 sensor has 4 wires. Cool. That's good, I think. Now, let's get this thing out. I'm gonna lower the jack instead of trying to finagle it out here. Ugh. Ugh. Leo says, Ken, remind me, do you have a welder and do I know how to use it? Yes, I've done a little bit of welding. I wouldn't say that I've done a lot, but I could probably stitch something together, you know? Oh, let me adjust camera, sorry. This will be a satisfying moment. I hope. Just fall to the ground, that's what's gonna happen. It's just gonna go bong, bing, bing, bong. Do you people like trucks? I like trucks. Do you people like trucks? Bing, bing, bong. It's still caught on the O2 sensor. Not anymore. All right. Good work, team. We did it. Next step, inspect cat. Meow. Dong. All right. You guys ready to see the damage? Ooh, baby. Yeah. I feel like that might cause some issues, huh? Is this supposed to have stuff rattling around in here? Ah, got goop all over my hands again. grodiest rag here. Rattles are not good on a honeycomb cat. I mean, quick question, guys. Can I move the car around without a cat? Like, even if it doesn't have any O2 sensors, it'll just be like super rich, right? I think that's the way it should work, right? Because I am fine with tearing this apart today. If it means that I will at least be able to move the car around. But I think that's how it would work, right? ECU's gonna throw a code, but like I can move it like down the driveway and start it up. It's just gonna be loud as hell, right? Yeah, you can kind of see where this is where the CV joint was spinning. It just sprays oil all the way across here. Gross. It's kind of a better light situation here. Put you guys a little bit closer. Oh, it'll be so loud. Should be able to clear the code. Yeah, I'm not expecting it to go very far. It's just a matter of figuring out if it's okay for me to move it around. Okay, well, how do I want to do this? I can just, well, let me look at this end first. Hard to tell. Looks like some of it's plugged up. It's not that bad. But I can't really tell on this side, unfortunately, because there's a tube in the way. Is there supposed to be stuff in here? Like anything? I need a long, thin, flexible thing. Don't say it, chat. I got coat hangers around here somewhere, right? Yeah. Gimme, come on. Be a little bit better about putting tools away here. Oh, where'd those pliers go? Did I leave them under here? They're in my back pocket. Go figure. I'm so smart. Leo says, yeah, it should look like this. It should look like what? What? I thought there's, oh, what? I don't get that. No, not like that. Shut up, Ken. Debated. Right? That's not what they're supposed to look like. Too dumb to work on cars. I'm sorry, guys. My phone just went off. Why is he updating? Oh. I'm getting work emails. Don't you love getting work emails on Sunday nights? Really just gets you ready for the day, huh? Makes you have a great makes you have a great feeling. All right, let's see how far up this I can stick this here thing here. That's how far it went in. I don't think I have a cat anymore, guys. At all. like literally at all. My second cat is pretty plugged up then. That's probably what's happened here. Well, guys, Sawzall, let's do it. Where is it? Where did I leave my Sawzall? Come here, give me that. It's under a box. There we go. Fun with power tools. Safety equipment. More safety equipment. Let's find a completely tapped out metal cutoff blade. Ether is asking, are the bits of cat guts stuck in the tailpipe? Ooh, maybe. Let's tell you what, let's get this apart for, oh, actually, hang on, no, check this out. I want to show you guys what the inside of, because we can see on this side, we can see this side of the cat. Guys, I think we found what happened here. Hello, car owner. Would you like one catalytic converter? Oh my god. Well, that's what it's... I think that's what it's supposed to look like. Well, I figured out what was rattling around inside my exhaust. Yeah, this happened a while back. Huh. Wonder if this explains the bogging down issue. Apex hasn't been that I got into the exhaust, into the tubing and plugged my exhaust up. Yeah. I think you're probably right here. Yeah, dude, this stuff is worn down for sure. Well, before I get too much farther in here, let's pull the cat back off, and let's see if there's anything in there. Because if there's nothing in there, that's good. That means, well, let me think about that. If there's nothing in there, or if there is something in there, that's good, because that means that was probably what was plugging it up, right? And so I hypothetically just could throw this whole thing back on. Wouldn't really have much of a cat, but it's not like I have to do a mission suit anyway. Second cat. Oh yeah. Hang on. Let's think about that, because we got. Aha! Here we go. Here, you can actually see the second cat has not failed at all, or at least it doesn't look like it's failed to me. To amateur eyes such as my own. See? Actually got some, God, sorry, I'm knocking shit all over here. But we got some actual cat material in there. Looks like some of it's a little plugged up, but... Sweet. Yeah, this is the back. We have no idea what the front's like. Okay, yeah, so I'm not thinking about this now. I shouldn't bother with the, I won't bother with the cat back side of things. So, it looks like, so this is engine side, muffler side. So, like Leo was saying, we're going to cut it off right about here. And we're going to see what kind of debris has collected right here. And how bad it is, and if it's possible for me to reuse the cat at all. But I think either way, it looks like I'm probably going to be fabricating some exhausts in the near future. Oh, Apex is suggesting. There's still more stuff coming out. This piece is too big to pull out. There's another piece. There's another huge piece in here. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this, guys. No question at all. This thing's gonna have to get torn apart. Hey, working on cards is fun, right? Fun with a capital F. I haven't gotten this dirty working on a car in a while. This is fun. How do I want to do this? Put the... Tilt it up like that, maybe. Put the seam weld in the vise. Ooh, I haven't used the vise in this configuration yet. Whoop. Oh, I knocked down 70s Man. 70s Man, go right up there. The spirit of 70s Man watches over us. Spirit of 70s Man is gonna friggin' fall over as soon as I start cutting on this thing. Alright, stay put. O2 sensor, go over here. Don't knock down 70s Man. Ear protection. Etherwolf says, cut it on a straight section, you might be able to return it with a repair connector. Yeah, I'm thinking like right here. Oh, you guys can't quite see it. You guys can I'm thinking like right here. Bend this piece of junk out of the way. Like right here, so I can potentially just like do a sleeve or something on the pipe a little bit later. I need swap out my blades. Not plugged in. Is that in? This blade is not super great, but just got to use them up, you know. Already had some ones that were kind of clapped, and then cutting it right there. Oh, chat room users. Need distance from the hanger and sleeve. Bit ahead of the hanger. This hanger is not actually connected to anything. It has never been connected to anything on the car, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. If I need to do bends, that'll be good practice too. I'm gonna go ahead and do it right after the hanger a little bit. Power on. One more thing. It can never hurt to have a little lubrication, chat. Apologies for headphones users. Oh, this wasn't clamped down at all. Why is this not clamping? There's like a little extra bits and pieces I wasn't thinking about. Get in that corner here. Clamp it down a little bit better. I need a better vise, but I figure I'll do that. Maybe I'll take up gambling or something. Sorry, guys are vibrating around here. All the way. Apex, it got modded. Hang on here. Would you like some more catalytic converter, chat? Oh, there's more. Give me presents. Is that it? I don't know. Might be able to reuse it. But wait, there's more. All right, let's have a look at this guy, though. This is the one that we care about, huh? This is actually, it looks pretty okay. Let me see if I can give you guys a good look in here just to confirm or deny that. It doesn't look like it's plugged up. It looks like it could stand to be just blown out with some air or something. Let's see if I can get that. Can you guys see that? It's not. I can see the honeycomb in there. That's for sure. It's kind of hard to do with two hands, you know. Is that? Just don't look at it. Shine a light through it. Wow, why is this so bright? I hate to say it, I can't really see a light through it at all. Let's try from the other direction here. The other problem is it's not like direct light. Oh, I can see a little bit through here. Oh yeah, I can totally, like, I figure I shouldn't be able to see, like, you know, it bright as day, but, like, you know, if I look at it, I see, like, the light poking through a bunch of these. What do you guys think? Hit it with compressed air? Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Unfortunately, it means the compressor has to go on. Loud noises, chat. I'm sorry. Let's put this back up here. It was less than, like, 50%. Probably needs replacing badly. Yep. I don't really want to get, like... I feel like doing my own custom exhaust would be amazing practice at welding. So I don't want to get, like, the full-blown... I don't want to just get, the replacement part off of Rock Auto or something. Loud noises. I'm sorry, guys. good enough. All right, let's do this. Figure the appropriate safety measures should probably be taken here, considering I don't want to open the garage door. Hey, there's this. I would take it outside. I want to show you guys. Maybe I should take it outside. I think that'd be good. I wonder if you guys will reach all the way out there. I'm not opening the garage door. I'm gonna put you guys over here. Let's see how far I can take you. That should be all right. You guys will just have to wonder what's happening as I do this. Oh, and freaking stupid compressor line is in the way. Stand by. I'm sorry, guys. You guys are going on an adventure. Whee! Perfect. Okay. Other glove. Bring the light with me. One car part. One compressed air line. And one host of the Rust Bucket Garage. Assuming he is capable of doing this. Come on, let's go. Perfect. It's gonna be so cold. It's snowing. Whatever. All right, here we go. There's loads of dust in here. See if I can cover the hole a little bit. Get a little bit more through there. Do it the right direction too. Just gonna inspect it again here. It is better. Oh, no, you know what? This looks pretty crapped out, guys. I hate to say it. I don't think I'm getting any kind of airflow through this thing, unfortunately. That's okay, though. All right. Yeah. So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this again now, and it's a lot clearer that almost like a good portion of these things are pretty clogged up. So looks like I may be getting 2 new cats. Meow. All right. Close the door. Don't live in a barn. You're working one. All right. Well. It was worth a shot. I can show you. I'll show you guys the inside of it too. Here, stand by. He's coming in too fast. I can't shake him. Rotax is cleaning out with a piece of steel rod. can't do it at shop with customers, otherwise you can do it nice resonator. Yeah, it's here, I'll show you guys. See if I can get a. It's kind of hard to. Let me get the light here again. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but there's still, like, even after blowing it out as best as I could, a lot of those are still pretty clogged up. So, think we're gonna get a new cat. Neat. Leo says, well, Ken, try revving it past 3,500 now? I should. Yeah, Rotex is saying I should just take a piece of rebar and hammer it out. I could. Then I could just get a sleeve and weld it back up. I think regardless, I'm going to be in for some metal working here. Working on cars is fun. This is gonna be my this is gonna be the big thing. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, got me some Rust Bucket Garage moon rocks right here. These are legendary moon rocks from the Rust Bucket Garage. Yeah. All right. So I think aftermarket cat and some bungs for redoing the O2 sensors, and then a whole bunch of pipe, I guess. And and then I would like to redo the flanges at the same time. And maybe I would prefer not to go. This is like a, I don't know if you guys can tell. This is a graphite ring or something like that. I'd prefer not to use this. I think I want to go with a flex pipe, because normally this thing's held on by some springs that sort of like rotate around this thing. And so I kind of want to see if I'm smart or talented enough to replace them. What are you guys? Rotax, you're saying these are like $5 each? What are these? Are these known in the state of California to cause cancer? Because welcome to the Rust Bucket Garage. Yeah, so we get an aftermarket cat. We're gonna get some bungs, and I want to get some Subaru flanges. I want to get a flex pipe, and then a whole bunch of metal to try and do it all up. And then Ken's gonna hopefully get a lot better at welding. Rotex says palladium, rhodium, and platinum. Dude, there's platinum in here? Sweet, I'm definitely holding on to these. When the apocalypse happens, I'm sure that's gonna be worth something, right? All right. Well, shit. I guess in the meantime, let's clean up a tad while we figure out what to do next here. I guess I get to. Oh, and I'm gonna need some bends too. I'm gonna have to figure out, because obviously the pipe isn't straight or anything like that. So I might have to figure out some 45s or not 90s, not 135s, whatever they are. That's 90. That's 45. That's 135, right? I think. And process to get rare earth metals. As you drive, pieces of your cat are always flowing out. Nice. All right, let's put my moon rocks away. Well, guys, even though it's a little disappointing, it's good to recognize that, like, okay, we theoretically know what the issue is now. I mean, let's be real, that was probably the issue. So it does feel good to hopefully have a diagnosis, or at least have a significant enough problem that we know what to fix next. Even if it's a little disheartening that I got some moron managed to, I don't know, drive up a big gravel driveway, and man, what would a I'm thinking about if all right, yeah, okay, yeah, Diver, I'll good to see you, bud. Let me catch you up. All right, so this summer we went to my family's cabin down near Durango. It's a little town called Silverton. A lot of good four-wheeling in that area. Speaking of four-wheeling, the only way to get to the cabin, so you drive through town, then you get on a dirt road, and you head out to a driveway. And the driveway is probably, I don't know, 25 to 30 degree incline. Has a lot of rocks in it. I was like, hey, I got a crap car. Like, it's got, decent enough clearance. I'm just gonna hop up and down it a couple times. Not gonna be that big of a deal. I do remember one time there was like a pretty big dent that happened, or like there was something that hit the underside of the car. I'm like, whatever, not that big of a deal. On the way back from Silverton, that's when some issues happened. I was driving and I went to overtake a guy on teeny tiny little two lane highway. Right as I was about to finish overtaking him, engine just totally cut out and died. It was like 100% throttle. Thing just stopped running. I was able to get in front of him and get over the side of the road. Couldn't get it to start again. Once the mechanic took a look at it, he was able to start it back up again. I'm like, what the hell? When I drove it back from Silverton, going over the I-70 pass, there's a whole bunch of passes that you have to go over. That's when I noticed it started to get a little bit of surging, a little bit of sluggishness, all that kind of stuff. Most recently, it's gotten really bad. Can't go above 3,500 RPM. Won't go above 40 miles an hour. We were trying to figure it out. We checked all the air-fuel ratio sensors. I checked O2 sensor today. I checked fuel pressure today. I've recently replaced fuel pump, fuel filter, replaced a bunch of the hoses, checked for vacuum leaks, checked the mass air pressure sensor because this doesn't have a mass airflow sensor. Everything on that is looking good. And so we figured that like the last thing that we could check is pulling apart the cat or taking out the injectors. And I was like, let's check the cat first. So this is what is left of my catalytic converter, of my front catalytic converter, is a whole bunch of these wonderful little moon rocks that we got here. These things are what's left of the forward cat, and these were all rattling around in the back cat, and the back cat is totally filled with palladium and rhodium and platinum and all that kind of good stuff. So we have to replace all that kind of stuff. But that means that, hey, we've at least have a pretty clear idea of what is probably wrong with it. So Ken gets to do a whole bunch of welding and fabrication and hopefully fix the car. Aether says, we went through it in a roundabout way, kind of diagnostic theory. Yeah, I agree, man. Apex says, an 81 two-way cat converters rendered obsolete by three-way converters that also reduce oxides of nitrogen. Well, money and time saved now. And ceramic, yeah. All right, yeah, so I guess clean up right now, and we're going to save our moon rocks and figure out what to do next, I guess. Well, you know what we should do is we should start measuring up for fabrication stuff. Diver says, you're going to put a pipe in this place. I do want to have an O2 sensor just to make it run a little bit better. So I figure I might as well keep both of the O2 sensors and put in the bungs and that kind of thing. It'll be my first like actual welding that happens on a car. And so I'll get some cheap catalytic converter online, aftermarket one, as long as it fits the right pipe diameter. So maybe that's what we'll do. I'm gonna organize a little bit, and then we're gonna start drawing up the pieces and materials I'm gonna need to fix this thing. Sound good? Sounds good. Let's do it. You know what I think this calls for, though? I think this calls for some beer. It's not great news, but it's not terrible news. Could be a lot worse. Actually, I don't know if it could be worse. I can't think of anything that would potentially make it worse. Apex says 600 bucks would be good, basically OE quality. 200 bucks would be good for much shorter time. Yeah, I honestly don't need anything too fancy. I don't have to get this emissions checked for a little while, and I can always I can always clear the code later or something like that. We can cross that bridge when we come to it, right? Future Ken can deal with that. Chat, thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. You guys are all saying you can think of much worse things. Expensive, bad injectors. So I did do a compression test also. I tested compression. We're good at compression, it turns out. So pretty happy about that. That's why I was saying it could be worse, because like, well, for the things that I was thinking about, like I already knew that like generally the short block was good. So Diver says, "Oh, that's right. Colorado's emissions. Here in Michigan, we don't. We can get away with that stuff." Oh, I'm jealous. Missions is no fun. Let's just keep the snorkel off for now. Snorkel. That's not what it is. Intake resonator. That's the official term. Throw it in the parts department. Unlock the car. I do miss having a station wagon, though. I will say that. Bonk. Still going through the air filter anyway, right? Reattach some bolts that I took out. All right. Moving right along. It's time to start the music. It's time to light the lights. Car needs a bath, too. It's time to get things started on my show tonight. When do we always come here? I guess we'll never know. It's like some kind of torture to have to watch the show. So to get things started. Why don't you get things started? It's time to get things started on the most sensational, inspirational, motivational, celebrational. This is what we call the Muppet Show. Got my second wind. Doing good. All right, let's sweep this junk up. Fuel injection test kit can go with all of my other kits down here. Dustpan up there. Where's my small hand brush? It's probably in the tools bin. Thought it was in the tools bin. Fucking seriously. My garage is deteriorated into chaos. That's what's happening right now. Can you see how stressed I am at being unable to find tools? Perfect. This can go away. Okay, so I need to write some stuff down. Cardboard. Sharpie. Diver says this is what we get Modelo and Ken. Leo, thank you. You think my singing is beautiful. I honestly didn't see what Aetherwolf posted. I'm sorry. I'm sure that Leo did the right thing there. I don't know if you guys I don't know if I've told this story before. But back in Ken's early years, I worked at a Boy Scout camp. I worked at a Boy Scout camp for, I think, 7 different summers of my life. I worked at a Boy Scout camp for seven summers. And we would always do like campfire skits and stuff for the kids because, they're, 11 years old and it's like the first time they'd been away from home for a significant amount of time without their parents. Here's my brush. Go figure. It's underneath my hat, right? Perfect. But the one of the things that we would do is that to start the campfire skits, we would always sing that song, the Muppet Show intro song. And I didn't actually know it was the... Oh, Ether said that I look exhausted. I think it's better than being tired, right? Ether says, "Oh, I see you're just trying to muffler my puns." Guys, we're such a kooky crowd. That's what we are. But yeah, we would always sing the Dietler Muppet Show intro because it's just like a fun way to like open up the night. But we would always say the name of the camp instead of the Muppet Show. So the camp was called Dietler. And so we'd say, "It's the Dietler Show." And so I never actually knew that it was the Muppet Show opening theme song until I looked it up like many years later. And I'm like, oh, the original version is so much better. It turns out that most camp counselors just don't really know how to stay in tune at all. All right, we're going to investigate how big this pipe is. I got my little calipers here. And measure interior. Let's do inches. Yeah, here we go. Inside is 1.8. That's not good. Outside is basically 2 inches. Yours makes no difference, 2 inches. So, 2-inch tube. And then let's investigate thickness here. Whoops, other way. I know the difference between tube and pipe now. Good job, Ken. Took me a little while. All right, so this is reading 700. Is that right? Is that how I pronounce it? 700 thousandths of an inch? Maybe 800? How the fuck do I... Yeah, 700 thousandths of an inch. Oh, Leo, you found the OEM? 0.700 thick. Tube is structural, pipe is for flow. Yep. Because you can't tube something, but you can pipe something. That's how I remember it. And then I always remember that you calculate the inner diameter of a pipe, because if you care about the volume of a fluid or gas moving through it, then you care about the inside and not the outside. 0.70. I meant 2.7? We're going to try this again. Hang on. I don't want to screw this up. I've had numerous situations this weekend and the past week where I should have written something down and it absolutely bit me in the ass later. So we're gonna be very detail oriented tonight. So let's check that again. So it's 0.0700. Make sure my calipers are zeroed. Zero. Yes, they're zeroed. Okay, that's 700. That's 730. I think 700 would probably just be fine, right? I mean, they probably have like rust buildup and corrosion and stuff like that, but the average number that I'm seeing right now is 700. I could probably get away with less, though. Realistically, whatever's cheap is probably fine, even if it's like... So it's 0.06, essentially. 70 thousandths. That's where I'm screwing up. It's not 7 thousandths. 7 thousandths is very small. 700 thousandths is far larger than we need. So 70 thousandths. Okay. All right. I got that right. Sorry. New fabricator. Still getting my shit. Still getting my stuff figured out. I'm excited though. This is a fun new skill for me to learn. Excuse me. 2-inch tube, or 2.07 inch pipe. I think that'd probably be fine too. O2 sensors. How do I figure out the bung needed for this? I'm gonna need to pull these out. That's gonna be tough. 700,000 is almost 3/4 inch. Imagine if I had 3/4 inch thick pipe for my exhaust. With, I have 2-inch tube with 7 thou pipe, so I would have a 2-inch pipe. That would just be a rod, wouldn't it? Apex is 2-inch inner diameter at 16th gauge. Turns out this is 2-inch outer diameter. So, wait. I said 2-inch tube. Yeah, 2-inch outer diameter. 2-inch outer diameter. That's what we're doing. O2 sensors. I want to reuse the O2 sensors. I think best thing that I can do right now is try and get these out. And then label them. So if I don't label them, I'm going to feel like a dumb butt. I need tape. Because if I don't label them now, then I'm going to try and have to figure out which one's which later, which, I mean, they probably have different connections, but you know, we're trying to make it a little bit easier for future Ken here. 2-inch tube at 16 gauge. Pardon my ignorance here, guys. I don't know the thousandths values for gauges of steel. I'm assuming that 16 gauge is 70 thou. I feel like that would be right. 16 gauge is relatively thin. Moving stuff around, sorry. Rear O2. That's what I'm doing. 16 gauge is nominally 0.062 or 1/16. It's usually slightly under. Yeah, honestly, I think whatever will be good here. I'll probably have to get a sleeve or something. Oh, I should figure that out too. Rear O2. Rear O2. Most toolboxes are 16 gauge. I gotcha. I am skeptical that I'm going to be able to undo this O2 sensor. I feel like I may need may need to bust out the map gas for this. I don't have a fucking hell. Yeah, I may need to bust out the map gas. I don't have an oxy torch yet. Oh wow, that's a lot of links. I can't see chat. Lear says Amazon, please your links. I know, right? Stainless 2-inch, 45-degree mandrel bend elbow. I don't think. Hopefully you guys don't hate me for this, but I don't think I want to do stainless on this just yet, just because I don't want to. I don't want to feel bad if I screw it up, you know. I know that it's not going to last as long, especially out here in Colorado, but it just means that I'll have an excuse to do it again later and potentially do it right later. So I think I might just do some of that heat paint, I guess is what it is. That's rear O2. Let's do, where's front O2? It's over there. Aetherol says stainless is not fun to work with either. Rotax says use the share link. It's like a line. Oh, nice. I did not know that. I didn't know that Amazon had a share link. I feel like there's some kind of Twitch Amazon promotion I could say right now, but I don't have anything. Alright, there's front O2. I should have moved this. I should move this further back. Gosh darn it. I should probably cut these things out and then remove it. Okay, so then I'm also going to need bungs for O2 sensors. I'm going to need a cat. Meow. I am going to need flex pipe. And I am going to need Subaru exhaust flanges. I will need heat paint. If I can't find Subaru exhaust flanges, I suppose I could reuse these old ones. Looks like I might be able to reuse them. I think the Y pipe is pretty clapped out. Leo says, have you heard of Twitch Fry? Oh, the share link is over by the social media stuff, top right. Oh yeah. Sleeve. That's the other thing that I don't know too much about. Well, do I need a sleeve? Here's a question for you fabricator guys. If I go buy like an aftermarket cat on eBay or something like that with a 2-inch tube, how do I go about attaching it to the pipe? Is it a sleeve fit connection, or do I just like butt weld it together? Have any of you guys done this kind of stuff before? I know AWD. Oh, he works in a suspension shop, not a muffler shop. Put you guys over here. Rotax says an old fart telling a youngin' how to internet. Back in my day, we got 50 hours of AOL online for free in the cereal box. Yeah. Actually, well, I guess I have the internet, as it turns out, so I could probably just start looking this stuff up. Why is this... My garage is so dumb. Put this over here. eBay. Catalytic converter. MagnaFlow. Here we go. I'm just picking something to see kind of how it looks. Okay, so it looks like it's got... See full description. About shipping returns. No, come on. Can you... Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what the tube size is here, the pipe size. Inlet quantity, 1. Outlet quantity, 1. Good, I'm glad I got that. But how big is it? Oh, you have, like, it's seriously. It does not say. Okay, well, in either case, it probably sounds like I would want a sleeve. And so in order for me to get a sleeve for 2-inch tubing, 2-inch outer diameter, so I'd have to get 2-inch pipe would satisfy for a sleeve. 2-inch pipe sleeve. And of course, I am inevitably gonna run into all sorts of issues here trying to hunt this down in a steel yard, because they're gonna be like, oh, that's a super specific size. And I'm gonna be like, I don't know what I'm doing, please help. Bungs for O2 sensors. All right, we're gonna pull that off. Cat, flex pipe, super exhaust flanges, heat paint. What else am I missing? I only have a flex welder, so I'm not worried. I'm not gonna get gas. All right. Aetherolf says, I think he should start the car to see how loud it is. I don't know if you want me to do that. I don't think my neighbors want me to do that either. Gaskets. Apex says gaskets. Good point. Thank you, Apex. Gaskets. Excellent. All right. Well, let's see if Puny Ken can figure out how to undo. We're gonna try not using map gas at first, just because I don't want to. Suppose I can open the garage door, get a fan going in here, but it's gonna be cold. One of the things I would love to do in this garage is, once I get some of the walls a little bit more sorted out, I would love to put insulation up. Apex says replacement rear O2 sensor. You think it's shot? Etherolf says, I don't know, the OEM one layer length is only 327. Add up your bill of materials and see what's the cheaper options. Rotax says, I drove a built 383 Chevy Blazer in a shop with no pass side exhaust header. Oh, that must have been real loud, bud. I think that, yeah, it's possible that OEM would be, or the pre-made, prefabbed one would be easier. But I think I would actually like to make my own exhaust. Not saying that, not shooting down the option. It's just like, even if it is potentially a little bit more expensive, like just the fabrication knowledge that I get out of it, I think is good. Rear O2 sensor. I would guess that the rear O2 sensor is fine, actually, because all the cat stuff clogged up this one, and it didn't make it through, I don't think. Yeah, if it's still running rough later, then we'll consider changing it. The problem is that because it's the stupid carb compliant model, These are way more expensive than normal O2 sensors. Yeah, Aether Wolf. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, it's I want to get better at fabricating. It's like that'd be fun. So let's put this option 2 and option 1. 21 is too small. 22 is just right, maybe. Safety equipment. Apex says, yeah, no, when you said 4-wire, I knew it was. The second O2 sensor does not have any bearing on performance of the engine. Correct, it's just an emissions thing. I was reading about that. Gloves. I don't wanna. I have a hunch I'm gonna bash a knuckle or 3 open on this. I might have to clamp this in the vise too. Let's see how all this goes. 100% the only job of the second O2 sensor is to monitor the cat, but yeah, I think it'd be given CL instead of a PO420. Well, I mean, if enough air isn't getting through, then the second O2 sensor would be thinking that there's more oxygen, right? Let's see how much of a strong man Ken gets to be today. All right, how can I get this in the vise in a way that's gonna work? Just go big, huh? Not like I'm keeping this thing, so take the entire thing and put it in there. I want to at least give it an honest effort before I bust out the map gas. So, appreciate you guys being patient with me. That's still in? Yes. Oh, I hope this vise is big enough. Back you guys up a little bit. Sorry about that. Let's see. So let me see go this way. All right, you son of a bitch. Keep trying. When did I break? Nothing yet. Yeah, it's not moving. Gonna give it another try. Wish I had isn't there like like O2 sensor sockets or something that like slide, that have like an open edge or something. Apex says gonna try penetrating fluid and try tomorrow. Yeah, I want to give it another effort here, and then we'll do it on the other one too, and then we'll see. We can start getting our bill of materials together here. God, this vise is so crap. I mean, this entire workbench is crap too, but we'll get to it. I wonder if I can do the trick, guys. Remember the trick? Isn't there like a... No, that's the other way. That's the loosen the wrenches, right? Yeah. Am I still on? I hope so. We'll let it sit for a little bit. Try and do the other one too, and then probably let it sit overnight. Might try and attack this on Tuesday. Maybe first thing, but it's a little bit warmer, you know, so I don't have to have the garage door open, and when not as much flammable stuff is in here. Sweet. How am I gonna do this guy? Suppose I could just push down on this one, huh? Aether says if it comes to heat, try and heat what it's threaded into and not the sensor itself. You get about 1,000 clears and it's already 100 degrees or so difference. Ooh. That's good to know. Yeah, I've heard from a whole bunch of guys that heat the thing around it and not necessarily the thing itself. So I will do my best to do that when it comes to it. Open-ended grip here. I literally can't get enough force on it. How should I do? What's a better way for me to do this? Because this is just rocking around in the vise. By the way, I'm kind of glad that it's good that we had this situation. It's a little hard to tell, but you can see that huge dent in the cat because I never actually realized what these things were filled with. So it's yeah, this is eye-opening for me just because I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Well, that makes sense now. Of course, it's got a whole bunch of honeycomb in it. And this would be like a thing that I should check regularly now and make sure that the next one that I put in is nice and tightened up in the body of the car so it doesn't happen again. I'll bet you something similar is happening on the red Subaru. But yeah, if I put it down like this, can I get a better angle on it? This is just. What if I do it like that? Just crush the pipe. This ceramic honeycomb, any big pencil tray it with metallic plating. They usually season pretty well. Yeah, right? Well, we'll give it a shot here. I don't know. I'm like standing on this. Yep, I'm standing on this. Son of a bitch. What is falling off here? Oh. My bottle opener fell down. Jeepers. Yep, I literally can't apply any more force. It's got 178.2 pounds of force sitting right on that. All right, well, we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this tomorrow. We'll see if the seized, or if the anti-seize, the brand name Blaster did anything here. And then we're just going to take the map gas to it, and we'll see if that works. And if that still doesn't work, then maybe it will be worth it for me to get an oxy torch at some point here. It's, you know, that's a little expensive piece of kit, but that's okay. Let's I do want to hop under the car and figure out. Lyra says you can totally apply more force. Needs more wisdom. Do I need to go find a remote planet somewhere and just sit on a mountaintop for a couple of years? Oh, maybe 36 inches of wisdom. I mean, I have. I don't know if I've shown you. I don't know if you guys have ever seen me use this. This right here. I got a 3/4 inch drive breaker bar, like with collar and everything. This was for all you OG bucketeers here. This was for using the this guy. This is a 1 13/16 socket, and this was used to put the van axle nuts on. This is the biggest honking socket thing I know, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit that or find any O2 sensor sockets to fit on that. I could probably use my 1/2 inch breaker though. I just gotta hunt down the socket set, you know. May even bust out the impact gun. Leverage, so it's probably over 250 pounds. Douse it in penetrate, try tomorrow, I think so. Invert it, use the close end, throw it onto the wire if you can, get it onto it. Invert it, use the close end. Yeah, I'll soak it in penetrate a couple times tonight. Excuse me. I'll soak it in the blaster a couple times tonight, and I'll try it again tomorrow. But it's not gonna be super entertaining to watch me just flounce on this thing for a while. We'll get the map gas out at some point too. But what I did want to do tonight was I also want to figure out what pieces of pipe and tubing I'm gonna need here. Which means I should probably start measuring up and getting a little bit of a diagram together. So we're gonna hop into the car with a tape measure and just start trying to get that sorted out. If that sounds good to you guys, I think that would benefit me a lot, and then I can sort of start taking down numbers for supplies, and I can hit a metal supply yard later this week. And that should be good. All right, let's put these over here. Blast them again while we're at it. Okay. Let's figure out. Put this wrench away. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the. I'm going to want, as the crow flies distance, just to get that sorted out. I'm going to want to figure out what angles I need, and then I'm also going to want to figure out widths. So I need to figure out how wide of a cat I can have in there. And also if there's already existing hanger brackets on there that I can use, because the previous one was missing the hanger brackets, and that's probably why it was hanging so low and why it got smashed up there. Apex says metal supermarket. There's a couple of I live, no joke, I live probably 5 blocks away from a metal supply place that has, like, you know, CNC plasma cutting and can get anything that you want. So I might go there, but there's also like kind of a, the closest thing you can get to a mom and pop metal supply shop, a little bit further away, and so I'm considering possibly going to that instead because they're open on Saturdays. All right, let's get the light going down here. Ooh, exhaust flange. I don't want to forget that. Or not flange, gasket. Here we are. Gasket still looks like it's in pretty good condition. Sort of. Let's see, are you guys going to be able to see? I think so. We'll get you a little bit closer here. That'll be good. I think that'll be just fine. Fat cat, lol. Lol, fat cat. All right. Chat, don't forget when you're working under a rusty old car, safety equipment is always good. Oh, excuse me. So easy. Okay. So, let's see. Ah, crap. You know what I forgot? Is that this pipe right here comes out at an angle. Which is going to make this a lot harder than I thought initially. So I'm going to have to go from... I'm basically going to have to get a 90-degree bend to go right here. And then I think a 45 and then another 45. But the question is, where can I fit a large cat in there? It's not looking as good as I thought. I could put, I don't know, because I don't want to run into the same issue where I have it down too low. Another option would be I take the rear exhaust farther back. I take this whole thing and chop off a little bit farther back so I can put the cat in right here and potentially do some percussive maintenance on this heat shield here to give me a little bit more clearance. But yeah, it's gonna be a little tricky. And where was the hanger bracket that it was supposed to use? Was it here? That's the transmission vent tube. Not 100% sure. Yeah, I might have to potentially take this farther back because there's no good spot. I could try and fit something here, but the fact is that this comes out like that just makes it so much harder. So we might have to... Might actually, you know what I'm thinking is that might actually make it a little bit... Because this flange right here is the thing that I would be replacing with the flex flange. This was held on by those spring bolts and then the weird graphite gasket, and sort of it allows it to flex up and down and around and stuff without losing the seal. So I might, because this, what is this? This is just another muffler, right? Yeah, this is just there's a tiny muffler right here. So if I chop this off, just get another flange on, or get the official Subaru flange on that. Get the exhaust, or get the cat right here. Oh, but that means I have to figure out pre and post cat wiring. So pre-cat wiring happens right here. If I put O2 sensor right here, that's fine if it snakes down back here and it goes into this cat back here. Or if it goes back to the cat back here. But then the rear O2 sensor wiring usually happened right here, which means that if the cat is right here, I'm going to remove the rear O2 sensor wiring back a little bit further. That's not terrible. That's just some wire. That's just some wire splicing. You know, you're cutting a hole in the heat shield here. I think that'll be fine. Yeah. Modify this. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. Okay. So, in that case, going good. Planning this thing out. I'd say if we're figuring out how fat our cat can be, how chonk our cat is, this opening is approximately 8 inches wide. So let me write stuff down on my paper. Cat opening is 8 inches. Approximately. And then I think we're going to want at least 190 that is, I'm going to have to figure out how deep that 90 is going to go. Because I don't know, where's my tape measure? Unfortunately, it's probably some type of radius, but I don't think I can tell you what the, I suppose I could just figure it out like this. Like a 5-inch radius. Yes. I need to think about line. Some big line. 7 inches is too much. 6 inch? Let's say, yeah, 6. Maybe because I can always. I can always add pipe to either side of that, and it gives me a little bit more wiggle room. So let's say a 5-inch 90 degree. Isn't this exciting? I've never done this before. All of this is going to be totally wrong, I'm sure. 5-inch 90 degree bend. I think once I get that bend, I'm going to have to do a 45 to go in here, and then another 45 to hook up to the cat. So 2 45-inch bends. And then I'm going to need 3 Subaru exhaust. No, I should only need 2, just the one there. Oh, but if I'm cutting this one off, I need 3 exhaust flanges. And then 2 gaskets and the flex pipe. And the flex pipe can go probably after the cat, depending on how far, or it could potentially go right here too. That might be okay, or even like right there, like anywhere along here should be okay. But I do want to get mounting brackets in here somewhere. So that'll involve welding a tab to the chassis somewhere. Okay. I mean, and then I need like actual full distance here. Measuring tape? Here it is. I'm gonna say depending on how far back I go, probably if I get 5 feet of pipe, if I get 5 feet of tube, then I should be fine. All right, 5 feet of tube. Let's do that. Coming back out, Jet. Scooch, scooch, scooch. Ugh. Okay, here's my hat. Let's get back out here. All right. Leo says, on a scale from skinny to, oh Lord, he coming. How chunk is my cat? So we actually, my brother just got a kitty cat. He's staying at my place right now. And she is 10 months old, I think. And she is very quickly getting to a chonk level, which is not good. I think we may need to readjust her feeding amounts. Leo says, okay, I just mapped out a drive from my house to yours. Guess how many miles it is? How many miles is it, Leo? Puh. I just put that on my head. You guys can't see it. Gross. But hey, 5 feet of tube. 1,150 miles. That is a long way, my bud. Slightly dusty, just a little bit. Oh man, platinum and rhodium and palladium or whatever it is, it tastes so good. Aetherwolf says, see, I would just get dimensions in the flanges and pull out the plasma cutters and stick them in the middle to clean them up. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should get, because I'm sure that I can order, super exhaust flanges somewhere. But if they prove to be like stupid expensive, then it might be worth going down to the shop down the street and get them to cut it out if I just like measure up something in CNC and provide them with the file. Leo says, so Ken, when you're visiting California, we can swing by on the way back from. Maybe we could swing by on the way back from Gambler. 6 inch. I'm looking through the previous chat stuff here. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. All right. What else can we? Oh, I need to put the car back down on the ground. I'm not gonna move it tonight. You guys aren't gonna get to hear it. You guys aren't gonna hear it be super ultra turbo loud tonight, but. I am probably going to have to move it at some point this week. Glasses on the way back from the Gambler in Oregon. Might be fun. It really depends on the schedule, and we're gonna have the trailer and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if Dave will be able to get enough time off, but potentially it's not a high chance of happening, but it's a possibility. Because I would like to, like, there's a sorry. Because like both you and Cosmic are out in California. It'd be awesome to like come and hang out and get to see the 914 and the golf that Cosmic's got. I think that'd be just tons of fun. Also, if you guys are ever headed out to Colorado, hit me up, and we will chillax for sure. Yeah, I just said chillax. I could probably grab the light, and I could probably change the camera angle. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Aetherolf says, if it wasn't for all the O2 crap, I just need one 90-degree bend. Oh, that would be so nice, wouldn't it? Subaru, why didn't you make it easier for me to weld up my own custom exhaust? All right, wheels are still chopped up. I think. I don't think I moved those. Up we go. All right. A little bit more. That's it. Doesn't go any higher. I also got to head out to Michigan at some point to visit Diver and Rotax. I think there's other guys from Michigan, right? I feel like there is. Try not to crush the light here. You get everything out? There's an air hose back there. Hang on. make sure I don't crush that. Out of the way. Timber. All right. And she's back down. Cosmic says, woo, yeah, man. Aetherwolf says, my brother runs the maintenance hangar at the airport in Aspen. Ooh, nice, dude. I bet you he sees all sorts of expensive stuff. Stoner says, Minnesota is where Rotex is from. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sure you can tell I'm really bad at geography. That is really cold. Oh. All right. In any case, gentlemen, it is that time of the stream again. If you got a brewski, bust out a brewski to have with your broskies. I gotta wrap up here because it is 10 p.m. for me and I gotta go to work tomorrow. Woo! Solid. Chat room, thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to pour just a little bit out for the homies. Not too much. Rest in peace, Paul Walker. It is so good to be back in the garage. We even, we did a lot today. Didn't feel like a whole lot. I did a little bit of stuff beforehand with the stream. Did some fuel pressure testing. Did some check engine scans, codes, etc. Something like that. Aetherwolf says we've diagnosed a catastrophic failure. Yes. We got some sweet moon rocks out of the deal. Yeah. Some sweet rare earth metal, whatever it is. Rare earth metal moon rocks. We chopped up our catalytic converters right here. Womp womp. But good that we did that because now we have a pretty clear idea what's going on. And Ken gets to do some fabrication. Yeah, should be fun. Measured up, got ourselves a little parts list materials kind of thing. I'm going to have to go to the metal supply place. I'm probably going to have to order a whole bunch of stuff too. I should look up the bung size for the O2 sensors just so I can order those right now. And so I don't have to worry about them later. But it's basically just like a nut that you weld onto it, right? I don't think it's that big of a deal. I feel like the Subaru flanges are going to be a little bit trickier. And then I'm actually going to have to go to a metal supply yard to get all of that stuff figured out. But I think it's going to be fun. I'm stoked about it. It's like a little bit relieving that it's not like something really bad with the engine. So I'm very happy about that. And it's like, you know, even if it is like, well, shit, I have to do a bunch of welding and fabrication to make my car run good again. So it sounds like complaining, but I'm honestly not complaining at all. I'm stoked that we got it figured out, and I'm stoked that we got a plan to figure this out. And thank you guys so much for walking me through all this stuff, because like we got our honeycomb messed up there, and I had no idea that could even happen, that this was a thing. So I think it's super cool that we figured all this stuff out, and I really, really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today while we tried to figure it out. Aether says welding is something you get better at the more you do. That's what I want to do, right? I want to get so much better at welding. I got a whole bunch of projects that I'd love to do the truck, just because it's like, oh, I got a crappy old truck. Might as well get better at welding so I can just do random junk things to it. So we'll see how it goes. Eighth Wolf asks, what wire am I running the welder? It's flux right now. I think I have 30 and 35. I think I have both of those. So I'm sure that I could adjust. It's a fancy welder, but it's also from Harbor Freight, so it's not like ultra super fancy. I'm not sure Who makes the wire? Oh, it's probably just Harbor Freight. Vulcan brand, I guess. Whatever their brand is. I'm not great at it, but I figure I'm not going to spend a lot of money on it until I'm really good at it, and then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I know the stuff that's it's worth making or not. One of the things I haven't tried just yet is streaming and welding at the same time. So we might have to figure that out. I don't know if I haven't tested it with the breaker. Probably will not have the space heater running while I do that. Demetsis says, just remember the ventilation's key. Yes. Whenever we're doing welding stuff, we'll have the garage door open. Even if I whine about it being cold, Aether says Armstrong is just getting better wire. The HF wire sucks. We use Certanium. It's a Lawson bread. Tell you what, if you guys have a wire that you really like, post a link to it post an Amazon link to it in the Discord, and I will have a look at it later and get some ordered, hopefully for the next time we stream. Also, if you guys ever have contacts with these companies, then you're like, hey, there's some grassroots automotive streamer who's interested in using some of your products. You should send him some free shit. Let me know, because I can arrange a PO box for them to send stuff to. The welder doesn't do bad, but the wire section makes things harder. Good to know, Aether. Yeah, I figure it's like saws, because I got a Harbor Freight saw. I got a Harbor Freight miter saw, and that it works really well, but I had to get like a really nice blade for it to work well, and now it's just like, it's phenomenal. Like I used to have like a terrible little table saw, but I got like a really nice woodworking blade for it, and it works really well. So I figure there's some parts that you can spend money on, some parts that you don't, and sometimes the consumables are like the most important things that you spend money on. So all right, cool. We're gonna let's figure out a place to send you guys. I've been feeling good about tonight. Leo asked, what size is yours? About 7.5 inches. I can't believe I just did that. I'm sorry. No, I have a 12-inch miter and a 10-inch table saw. Aether says. Also, there's a little. Oh, sorry, Pokemon's playing. Sorry about that. Either a little trick to keep things running smoothly: a clip and a clean shop towel. Dude, I know all about using clean shop towels to keep things clean. Leo says you can't ban the broadcaster. Why not? It was so bad. You know who's streaming right now? Bjorn's streaming. You guys want to go say hi to Bjorn? Bjorn just had some cool stuff with his. He's like out in Houston or something right now doing leatherworking like professionally for some company. So I'm gonna. What size wire is your welder? I have 30 and 35. Yeah, we'll use some of that to start. We'll figure it out. Guys, I'm gonna send you guys over in a raid to Bjorn, and you guys say hi and ask him all about his how Houston is. Ask him how Houston is and what he's doing in Houston, because he's having a lot of fun there. How do I fucking spell his name? Workshop. Okay, cool. This is my second time ever doing a raid, so bear with me here. But in the meantime, here, I'm going to turn the volume up on my side of things real quick. Does that pop up for you? No, it doesn't. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. We're going to raid Bjorn's workshop. Oh, wait, how do I cancel that? It started way too quickly. I want to do my outro here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm such a moron for this stuff. Workshop. Okay, guys. I'm gonna take off here. I'm gonna send you over to Bjorn. I'm gonna wrap up some stuff here. I will see you guys on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Mountain when we are gonna get those O2 sensors out, and hopefully we're starting to do some welding and get this exhaust sorted out. Okay? Sounds good. All right, cool. Here we go. I will see you guys next time. Drive safe.